Hi guys, thanks for joining me this morning for our yoga for stress relief. Today we're going to do a grounding practice, and a grounding practice is just something that will help us to connect with our physical earth around us. It can be really easy for us to get into our head and go into these rabbit holes on social media or just the internet in general, and doing a grounding practice will help us to be in the present moment and really focus on our body and connecting with our earth and connecting with our breath. So we're going to go ahead and get started standing up today. So let me, 1 second. Okay. So we will begin by starting at the front of our space. And you can begin with your big toes touching or feet hip width apart. Again, it depends on how it feels in your body. Sorry, the cat jumping up on a thing. He's going to get in the way of the camera. So I'm going to move it. So while you're standing at the front of your space, just start in mountain pose, relaxing your shoulders down away from your ears, palms facing out towards the front. Standing tall, reaching the crown of your head just a couple inches taller. And you can close your eyes or bring your eyes to a soft gaze. And just begin connecting with your breath. Taking deep inhales and exhales through your nose. You can spread all 10 toes wide so you can feel your feet pressing against the earth. And take a few breaths here to set your intention for practice. Your intention is just why you showed up here this morning. What do you want to get out of our practice together? Is there something you want to let go of? Is there something you're hoping to receive in your life? Maybe it's something simple as just gaining flexibility or gaining strength. So whatever it is you want to focus on, try and set that as your intention for your practice. And if you find that your mind starts to wander, you can begin to focus on that intention to help you bring you back to the present moment. And we'll take 3 cleansing breaths to seal in our intention together. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it all fall out. In through your nose. Exhale. One more time, deep breath in, filling up your lungs. And then let it go. On your next inhale, begin to sweep your arms out to the side, reaching tall towards the ceiling. And exhale, bend at the waist, fold forward, bending your knees so that your chest comes to your thighs. Inhale, halfway lift, bringing your hands to our shin, crown of your head reaching forward. On your exhale, we'll bend our knees, plant our hands to the mat, and step or jump back to your plank position. You can always modify here by coming to the knees if you need to. And on your inhale, you'll shift forward, bringing those shoulders past your wrists. Keep your elbows hugging in. We'll slow lower for our chaturanga on our exhale. Flip the tops of your feet. Inhale for your upward dog. If this is a little bit too much for you right off the bat, you can always modify by dropping your knees for a cobra and bending your elbows slightly as well. And just stay here for a couple breaths, lengthening your neck and the crown of your head taller. Make sure we don't throw our head back. We want to keep our gaze just slightly upwards. And on your next exhale, begin to curl your toes and shift your hips back up towards the ceiling for our downward dog. You're opening those armpits towards your knees, tailbone reaching up, focusing more on having a straight spine than pulling those heels to the ground. The tendency is for us to end up in kind of a wonky shape like this, but you can bring a deep bend into your knees. Keep those hips shifting up. You can cycle your dog out here, bending one leg, keeping the other one straight. Just do a couple breaths there, finding some organic movement through your lower body. And on your next inhale, begin to rise onto your toes. And exhale, step or jump to the front of your space. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shin. Exhale, round. Inhale, reverse swan dive to stand. Exhale, hands to center. We'll go through that just 2 more times, but a little bit quicker, really focusing on connecting each movement to our breath. So really focus on listening to my breathing cues here. Inhale, extend our palms high to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend and plant. Inhale, step or jump back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, high onto your toes. And exhale, step or jump to the front of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, reverse swan dive, standing tall. Exhale, hands to center. And so that connected series of postures is called our Sun Salutation A. And so if you've never done yoga before, you might see that in a vinyasa yoga class. So yeah, that's just what it's called, our Sun A. So we'll do that one more time. Inhale, extending tall to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend our knees to plant and step or jump back to plank. Shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows hugging in. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, high onto your toes. And exhale, step or jump to the front of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, round. And inhale, reverse swan dive to stand. And so our Sun A's just give us a nice full body warm up. So those are great. That's a great series to do if you just need to create some heat in your body. So from here, we're going to move on to tree pose, which is an excellent grounding pose. It really helps us to root down and connect with the earth. And so we'll start, I think this mirrors me, so I'm going to try and use my mirroring language and see if that works. And if it's too confusing, I won't do it next time. So I'm going to start with my right side. So I'm going to spread my right toes wide, lifting my toes, spreading all 5 toes wide, and planting them down onto the mat. You can bring your hands to the center of your chest, spine reaches tall, and then you'll begin to take your left foot and bring it on to your shin. And you can take your left knee and bring it out to the side. And so if this feels super stable here, you can try to raise your foot even higher on your leg. If it feels like you're already falling and wobbling here, you can actually plant your toes on the mat and just rest your heel right above your ankle. So try to find where that foot is going to land on your leg. We don't ever want our foot to land on our knee. So if you want to go higher, you can bring your foot up, and that still feels kind of awkward to me. So I actually grab my ankle and lift my knee into my groin. And so with those hands pressed at center, you want to reach the crown of your head tall and try and press everything in towards the center of your body. So we're pressing our left foot into our right thigh. Right thigh is pressing into our left foot to help us stay stable. In yoga, in each pose, We have a drishti, or our gaze, that we want to focus on for each pose. And so for tree pose, you want to just look at one point, either straight out in front of you or just downward at the floor, and focusing on one single point while you're in balancing poses will help you to stay more stable. Engaging your core, keeping that belly button hugging back to our spine also helps us to stay stable. And we'll inhale, extend our arms high to the ceiling. Exhale, open our arms. And we've been holding here for a bit, so we'll just hold it for one more breath. Inhale, extending taller. And exhale, bring those hands back to center. And drop that foot. So shake that right leg out. Maybe roll your ankle out a little bit. And we'll prepare to do the other side. So now we'll lift our left toes off of the mat, spread them wide, and plant them down so you can feel all four corners of your foot pressing down into the mat. Again, try to bring your foot onto your leg wherever feels comfortable for you, so either toes on the ground, foot to your shin, or up here. There's a next level variation of half lotus, so if you want to try to go there as well, you can take that. It's not super comfortable for me, so I stay here. And then again, keep your core tight, focus that drishti on one point, and inhale, reach those arms high to the ceiling. You can exhale those arms open, and just keep standing tall. If it feels like it's too much to have your arms out too, you can always keep those pressed down at center. And just keep breathing here in our balancing poses. We really don't ever want to stop breathing, but when we're balancing especially, we want to try to maintain that breath, that nice even breath, so that we can stay focused and balanced. Keep everything hugging into the center. One more breath, inhale, and exhale. Begin to lower. Good. Now shake your other leg out. Awesome. We'll take our feet a little bit wider than hip distance for the next one. If you have tight hips or tight hamstrings, you can grab a block. If you don't have a block, again, you can just use something around your house to raise some height behind you, maybe a stack of books or a little box. And we're going to come into our malasana, or our yogi squat. So for our yogi squat, we'll inhale, come into a 5-pointed star. And then exhale, bring our hands to center and begin to lower your hips, knees out to the side, toes facing outward, and then lower down. So it's accessible for me here, but if you can't come this low, you can bring a block to help support you at any level. So you can bring it to the medium level, or you can even raise it all the way up so you're just sitting here. Do whatever you need to support your own body here. So keep those elbows pressing into your knees, hands at the center of your chest, spine reaching tall. We don't want to be rounded over here. Really focus on lengthening your spine tall. We'll hold here for about 5 breaths. Really, you can move side to side, just kind of really feeling into those hips a little bit. Good. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. 2 more breaths. Inhale. One more. Good. And from here, we can slowly begin to bring our hands back behind us and come to a comfortable seat on the mat. And so at home, you can be long on your mat like this. I'm just facing you so you can see me easier. So we'll bring the bottoms of your feet to touch for our Baddha Konasana, or a bound angle pose. So you're going to take your heels and slide them as close into your groin as you can. And from here, we're going to take a reclined bound angle. So in with those heels as close to your groin as you can. You can bring your hands back behind you and slowly start to lower yourself down onto the mat. And if you have blocks or pillows or anything at home, you can always make this a little bit more restorative by placing some blocks underneath your knees. And so just lay flat on the mat, bring your palms out to the side, facing up. And just keep focusing on releasing tension through your hips. Visualize releasing that tension with each exhale. And just stay connected with your breath. Notice if your mind has started to wander, and just focus back to your breath or to your intention that you set earlier in class, and that will help bring you back to the present moment. And so we'll lay here for about 10 breaths. I'm going to sit up because I can't talk as well when I'm laying down. So just continue to lay here in your recline bound angle. I'm going to give you a few breaths of silence. Just learn to be comfortable in silence with your own body. Take one more breath here, really melting into the posture just a little deeper. And then you can slowly begin to bring those knees together. So you'll bring your feet flat on the mat, knees to touch. Now you can take your feet as wide as your mat, and just do a couple of windshield wipers here, dropping one knee towards the opposite side of the mat, and then switching. So you can just do that a couple of times to help loosen up your hips. Then from here, if you have a yoga strap, you can grab that now. If you do not have a yoga strap and you can't reach your foot like this, then you can grab a towel or a necktie, really anything that will just help create a little bit more space between your foot and your hands. So we're going to prepare for one of my favorite poses. This one is called Supta Padangusthasana, or Sleeping Big Toe Pose. So from here, we're going to begin laying flat on our back, both legs extending long. From here, we'll take our right knee and hug it into our chest. Just do a couple of circles with your knees, and then reverse those circles. Then we'll take our 2-piece fingers, if you can, and wrap them around your big toe. If that doesn't feel accessible for you, you can take your strap and bring it across the center of your foot. And then you're going to straighten your right leg. Left hip pulls back up into its socket so that our hips are level. And then on your exhale, just begin to pull your leg into your body. If you have a strap or a towel or something, you can always slide your arms down so that your elbows are hanging out on the mat, and then that makes it an even more of a passive stretch. And with each exhale, just pull that leg a little bit closer into your face. And this is one of my, as I said, this is one of my favorite postures, and you can hold these different positions that we're going to do in this posture for 5 to 10 minutes in each position. But I'm only going to hold it for about a minute, minute and a half in each position since we have limited time. So if you want to do this stretch at another time, you can remember that you can hold each position for 5 to 10 minutes or as long as feels good in your body. And just keep pulling that leg in towards your face, keeping connected to your breath. And we'll take about 3 more breaths here. And to move into the next position, we will bring our left arm out to the side like a T. And then on your exhale, begin to drop your right leg out towards the side. And so if you can't bring your leg all the way down to the floor, you can bring a block underneath your foot or pillows again to help support your leg here to make it more restorative. For me, I literally have my leg on my balcony door here. So if you have a wall, you can also use a wall as a prop. And you can continue to pull your toes up towards your face so that it's going out and up. And you should feel a deep stretch through your inner thigh here into your hamstring and your groin. And take 3 more breaths here, easing deeper into the posture with each exhale. And on your next exhale, you can slowly begin to bring your leg back up to center. We'll switch our grip, so you'll take your left hand and grab the top of the strap. Right hand reaches out towards the side. From here, you'll slowly begin to drop your leg over towards the left side of your body. And again, if it doesn't feel comfortable to just hang out here, you can stack blocks or blankets underneath your foot to help you be more supported. If it feels like you are too bunched up through your lower back too, you can also lift your hips up and shift them over towards the right, and that'll help to create a little bit more space. Then again, keep reaching your foot out to the side and pulling those toes up towards your face. And if you watched day 2 of Yoga for Stress Relief, I talked a little bit about our edge. And so this is a great posture to really practice that edge coaching for yourself. So finding that point where you can hold it and you feel like you can create a deep, intense sensation, but you're not in pain. So just try and find that point. And when we hold postures like this for a long time, your edge might change throughout the posture. So just be willing to ease into it deeper. 3 more breaths here. And after your next exhale, slowly begin to come back to the center, bringing your spine flat to the mat. And then you can release your leg. And you can do a couple of those knee circles again if you need to. And then extend your right leg long. Try and lay here for a couple of breaths. Notice the difference between your right side and your left. Do you feel more open through your right side? Feel a little bit lighter maybe? Just try and notice the different sensations that you're feeling. And then we'll take a big cleansing breath together, inhaling through our nose. At open mouth, exhale. Then we'll prepare to do the other side, hugging our knee into our chest, doing a few hip circles. And then either using your two peace fingers interlaced around your toe, begin to straighten that leg, or grab a strap. And then from here, again, checking with that right hip, pull your right hip back up into its socket so your hips are level. Then your exhale, begin to pull that foot in towards your face. Just continue to breathe here, working on finding that edge. Checking in with your mind, noticing if your thoughts have began to wander. Sorry, can't talk. Noticing if your thoughts have began to wander. Just bring your attention back to your breath and notice the sensations you're creating in your body. Try and describe those sensations to yourself. Maybe it feels like there's a tightrope in the back of your leg that you're trying to let go. Keep breathing. You're hugging that foot in towards your face. And we'll take 3 more breaths, hugging your leg a little closer with each exhale, deepening that edge from the last few breaths. And then your next exhale. Oh my God. Oh my God. My cat has like literally never done that before. So I'm really, really happy that he just did that on my live yoga class. So my husband's gonna grab my cat right now, so you just keep stretching. We're gonna grab you're gonna grab your left. I'm sorry. You're gonna switch your grip so that your left hand is now grabbing the strap towards your foot. Bring your right arm out to the side. And slowly begin to drop your left leg out to the side of your mat. So I'll grab my blocks here just so I can demonstrate that support if you need. And so that's still not high enough. So the great thing about blocks is you can flip their height. Good. And just find a comfortable level of a stretch for yourself. And just keep breathing here, feeling some space coming in to your inner thigh. And just take 3 more breaths here, melting a little deeper into the pose. And then on your next exhale, begin to bring that left leg back up. We'll switch our grip, right hand grabs towards the top of our strap. And then again, you can lift those hips and shift them over towards the left side of your mat. Left arm comes out like a T. And then we'll drop our left leg over to the right side of our mat. And this portion of the sleeping big toe pose also provides an amazing spinal stretch as well. So we're all differently, so we all feel every yoga pose a little differently, but I really feel this through my mid to lower back, which is just a great release for right now. And just keep focusing on your breath, checking in with your intention. And we'll take 3 more breaths here. And on your next exhale, slowly begin to bring that left leg back up to the right. Or to the top. Then you can undo your strap, move that out to the side, and hug your left knee into your chest. And we'll do some circles around your knee, both directions. And then hug both knees into your chest. Prepare to come into your final Shavasana. If you have any other closing postures that you like to finish off your practice with, you can do so now. If you feel complete, you can extend your legs and arms wide into a starfish shape and just begin to let your body melt into the mat. So you can stay here in your Shavasana for as long as you need. You are in your own home, you're in a safe space, and so you can literally take a little morning nap here if you want. But I'm going to close out now, and so you feel free to stay here for as long as you need. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. for day 4 of yoga for stress relief. Thank you guys so much for joining me this morning. Namaste.